Good morning. This is White Raptor News Ministries. How's everybody doing? Blessings to the children of the Most High, those that serve one Lord, one Creator, the Spirit. I'll probably get, I wake up in the morning, I fly through some shorts. It's, I pray to the Creator because I hate wasting a lot of my time reviewing these types of um, shorts and stuff. I'm really, since my mother took that vaccine and she died from it, I'm really freaking, I'm kind of angry about all this, folks. I think I have the right to be. I don't talk a lot about it. My mother just died on September 26th, and it's odd how Satan, how he works in people, how he works in the flesh. I wish people understood how profound the words are that I speak, what I share, when I say that Satan is a body of men, of flesh, carnal flesh. And if you're not serving the Most High, the Creator, the Spirit of God, then at any given time he can possess and have power over you. Let's take a listen to this short right here. And this is how they create fear tactics right in front of the nations, man. This is it. This is how they do it.
Her whole face just got swollen like this overnight.
No fever. Glands normal. Missing her vaccination dates.
We're not vaccinating.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Think they don't work?
I think some multinational pharmaceutical company wants me to think they work. Pad their bottom line.
You know another really good business? Teeny tiny baby coffins. You can get them in frog green, fire engine red. Really? The antibodies in Yummy Mummy only protect the kid for 6 months, which is why these companies think they can gouge you. They think that you'll spend whatever they ask to keep your kid alive. Want to change things? Prove them wrong. A few hundred parents like you decide they'd rather let their kid die than cough up $40 for a vaccination. Believe me, prices will drop really fast. Ribbit, 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 ribbit.
So there you go. There you have the indoctrination to how they cause fear on young children, just like that. Like I said, my mother took that vax, and she died 4 or 5 months after she took it. She took the vaccination because her husband was dying himself, and he was in the hospital. Now, because he was dying, they wouldn't give him the vaccination, but they made my mother take the vaccination if she wanted to be in the hospital with her husband. And she did. And lo and behold, if my mother didn't get COVID directly after taking that, well, probably about 3 weeks after taking the shot, she got the COVID. And then her COVID turned into pneumonia, and then she ended up in the hospital. And then she ended up dying. My mother died. 5 months. She was completely a healthy woman. Loved her partying, loved her drinking, loved her friends, loved the bar, loved it all. She loved this world, and she loved life. Completely opposite of me. I can't stand this world. It drives me crazy. It does indeed. Exodus 15:13. The Lord is a warrior. The Lord is his name. A warrior on this plane of existence is a man trying to teach you that the Bible has been infiltrated by man. You understand? And this man here is an individual or a person. Right here, Genesis 1:27, God created him in his own image, and in the image of God he created him. Why am I bringing you to him? Because him is properly self. This one here was created in entity. This man here was created in entity. An entity is a body. Okay, right here, entity, something that has a real existence, as in us, we, it's us. Thing. A corporal entities, which is bullshit, or is the truth, excuse me, because this corporal entities that they're talking about here is the United Nations, being or existence, especially when considered as distinct, independent, or self-contained, an entity. So this man in Genesis here, him, created himself, an entity, okay, which is a body, a demonstrative sense of body, entity. Now, this man that's created here also is created in an image, and an image is to shade a phantom. This man that was created, this man here, this man here that was created on the 6th day of creation in an image of God is an idol. This man that was created in an image of God on the 6th day of creation is an idol. He's also an illusion. He's a magic man. This man here is an illusion. This man that's created on the 6th day of creation is a magic man. Just like they use here on these the television. It's a magic screen, and they are selling you a vision of fear. Was that video you just watched was a straight fear tactic. So this morning here, I went and I came, and I did without, look, this is their new thing now. I can't just copy and paste. I got to hit it a whole bunch of times. So I posted that this morning. Corona has 6 letters in the spelling. When you add the sum of the word Corona, it comes to 66. Anybody who follows my channel knows this. Corona means 666. Also, Bill Gates' patent number for the microchip vaccine, WO 2020-060606. Okay. Also, when you add the sum of Bill Gates' name, it comes to 87, which when you add 87, 8 plus 7, it comes to 15, which also adds to 6, 1 plus 5. Why did we have to stand 6 feet apart? And when we're buried, it's 6 feet under. Coincidence? I think not. Learn what the Revelations 13:18 means. It's right here, and it's right now. So I posted this, or I tried. First one this morning. Okay, it had it there this morning, but clearly you don't see it there now. So I also came here, and I went through here, a couple of them, but it wouldn't allow me to post. Now, why wouldn't it allow me to post something like this, folks? When I come here, why would it do this? We're unable to add your reply. Please try again. Why? Because these motherfuckers here, they're watching me. You understand? They're watching every stroke of my key. They're watching me through the computer right now. You guys are saying, what? Why would they watch you? Hey, don't you remember when Snowden told you from the NSA that the government is watching us? They're watching us through the television. Your smart TVs now have two-way cameras in them. They're watching you in your smartphones, and they're watching you in the computers. They're watching every movement that you have. I've been talking about this chip, this microchip, for some time now. What is the Bill Gates vaccine patent number? Sorry, guys. A little interruption there. Get it again. What is the Bill Gates vaccine patent number? Give me 1 second. Right here, patent application 060606. Does not mention inserting a chip is what they're talking about. Microsoft and Bill Gates have filed a patent number 060606. It's not just 060606. It's WO 2020-060606 for a microchip which is inserted into the body and which rewards activity with cryptocurrency. The very word crypto, what's in crypt? A crypt. A body is in, a corpse is in a crypt. Okay? This is a truth bomb that the American people are telling you, that the currency is in the shitter, folks. Our money is dead right now. This is why they're trying to convert to this cryptocurrency. They are literally trying to drag you down that rabbit hole with the movies that they've been showing you now for many years.
What is that? What is she okay? Lindsay, let's get to the chopper. Sam, get ready to drop. Let's go. God, what is that? You can't hear that? What's wrong with her? Let's go. We load it. Yeah, let's do it. Move out. Defibrillator. Ethan, turn it off! Bring it on! Ethan, what is it? They put something in my head? They injected you with a time-release charge. Remember that? No, time-release. An explosive. They've activated. It's going to detonate unless we try to charge it. This is what we're going to do. No, Ethan, you zap her like that, you'll stop her heart. Then I'll zap her again and bring her back. Do it! Guys, they're firing another one! Good, hold on! Hold on, hold on! Lindsay, I'm going to short out the explosive in your head. You're going to be okay.
It'll need 30 seconds. 25 seconds.
Come on.
We're almost there.
They have us locked.
20 seconds.
Hold on. I got him! Almost there. Almost there. Give me the paddles.
Ethan. Thank you.
There it is. Folks, they are showing you right in your face. These people are devils. Do you understand? They have been indoctrinating us with that television set for years, and we haven't thought anything differently of it. That television set is a weapon of mass destruction. It is the biggest weapon that was ever created against humanity. Get your children out from in front of that thing. Get the smartphones out from your children's hands. Get these computers. Listen, it is the knowledge of good and evil. I study and read the Bible day in, day out. I make videos and I break down Revelations 13:18. Right here, here's a call for wisdom. Okay, so this is wisdom, what I share. If I figured this out, then it says it's wisdom. Wisdom is needed here. This call for wisdom. Here is a call for wisdom. Here is wisdom. Here is wisdom. Here is wisdom. I'm the one with wisdom. You see that? This is wisdom. The one that can share with you what I'm sharing with you right now is wisdom. Okay? Let the one who has insight, that's me again. I'm the one with wisdom and I'm the one with insight. Calculate the number of the beast. Well, I think I calculated it a little bit for you, but that was just a small little taste of the 666 system. Do you know that if you take the very word mankind and you add the sum of the word mankind, it comes to 66, and mankind was created on the 6th day? That's right. It's you. So that's what this lesson's going to be about, is the war in heaven. Because we know, before we get there, Romans 11:13 says, I am speaking to you Gentiles. Okay, this is a nation of people. It is a tribe, especially a foreign one. Right here, these are your foreign nations. All of these are your foreign nations. Let me ask you something. Do you think these flags down here are shorter than these flags up here? Huh? Why does it look like they're sinking into the ground, like they're getting smaller and smaller? And if this building was back another, say, see way back here, like there's another building underneath of this arch, let's say that these flags went all the way to this building back here, then they would look like they were down here, like they were getting smaller and smaller. So it's also the same thing when you're talking about perspective of eyesight. Here you have a flat earth map on the wall. A flat earth map on the wall. Why does the United Nations sponsor a flat earth map on the wall? Huh? Because I am speaking to you Gentiles. Paul. This is Paul. I am speaking to you Gentiles, in so much as I am the apostle to the Gentiles. I magnify my own office. Paul magnifies his own office. He has made his office known by himself. Did the Lord, the Spirit, the self-existing eternal one, ever give Paul permission to do such a thing? I would say not. However, if my falsehood, Paul says, accentuates God's truthfulness, glorifies, exalts, makes on high God's truthfulness to increase of his glory, why am I still condemned as a sinner? Well, what's this? What's a falsehood? It's a fabrication. A falsehood is untruthfulness. So Paul is telling you, if my untruthfulness, here, I like this one here, in case you can't, recognize what it is that I'm trying to say, and you don't get it, my falsehood. If my falsehood, how can God condemn me as a sinner? But if someone might still argue, how about this? How about that? But if through my lie, Paul says, God's truth abounds to his glory, why am I still being condemned as a sinner? Well, here, let me show you. Right here. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, okay, these are sorceries. These are people that are in Hollywood. The magic man that I showed you earlier. And this is why Paul is a magic man. Please, people, hear what I'm saying to you and what I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to teach you that these people lied to us. Paul is a liar. Here you go again. But we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to the Jews and foolishness to the Gentiles. Jews, Gentiles. Jews, okay, Judea, belonging to Jehudah, okay, Jews, Gentile, probably from ethos, a race, a tribe, as I just showed you, a foreign nation, all those that sit at the United Nations. But Paul says we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and foolishness to the Gentiles. Okay, where is the wise man? Where is the scribe? Where is the philosopher of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? So, the wisdom of this world, in Timothy, a very short, is foolishness with God. Okay? But the wisdom of the Spirit is wise. This is why I understand the 666 system, because the Spirit has granted me a great gift to decipher this for you. Therefore, this is what the Lord says. Since it became great in height and set its tops among the clouds, and it grew proud on account of its height, I delivered it into the hands of the rulers of the nations for him to deal with according to its wickedness. I have banished it. So we're talking about Satan here, and we're going to move into Revelations. Revelations 19:12 says he has eyes like blazing fire and many royal crowns on his head. What are the royal crowns? Whose eyes are like blazing fire and many crowns on his head? Jesus' head. Didn't Jesus wear crowns? He has a name written on him that only he himself knows. Only he himself knows. So, only he himself knows. That tells you straight out that no one knows the Lord's name. This is the rider on the great white horse. This is the white horse that Jesus rides in on. Check this out. I've told many people in my lessons over the last 7 years that brought me through a lot of metaphysiology, a lot of biology, studying the brain, understanding the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the cerebellum, the cerebrum, the medulla oblongata, the pons, the midbrain, the optic thalamus, all these parts of the brain, and the hippocampus. The hippocampus is the great white horse that Jesus Christ rides in on. It's right there. It's a seahorse, folks. It's a metaphor, okay? This is the great white horse that Jesus Christ rides in on. Because our brain here, this part of our brain, this is the corpus callosum. And this part, well, not this here itself, but inside this white part would be the corpus callosum. Right there. And it is a band of nerve fibers that hold both the left and right hemispheres together. Okay? And inside of that dark brown spot right there, that's a chamber. All right, folks? That's a hollow chamber that sits inside of our brain. All right? And this hippocampus is what Jesus Christ, as I said right here, is the great white horse that Jesus Christ rides in on. They're all metaphors of physical regeneration of our bodies. You're not going to get what I just shared with you from a minister of Christian faith, because this is the real deal. The Bible's set up on, they're set up on parables and metaphors and stuff. Like when Jacob wrestles with God, we have all kinds of meanings. Brother Breaking Free from Narcissism has the book in his hands where it says that Jacob wrestles with God. Okay, Jacob wrestles with God. It also says that Jacob wrestles with an angel. And it also says that Jacob wrestles with man. So they're telling you straight up in this parable that it was a spiritual battle that took place between Jacob and a man. Okay? So Satan, this is Satan, and he's exalting himself in Ezekiel 31:10. Okay? And the woman and the dragon. Then another sign appeared in heaven, a huge dragon with 7 heads, 7 continents, 10 horns. Anytime you're talking about horns, we're talking about kings, okay? And several royal crowns on their head. Who are the royal crowns? Those, the Brits, the Americans, Canadians, Australians, any of the free nations are the royal crowns, okay? And his tail swept 1/3 of the stars from the sky, tossing them to the earth. And what are the stars from the skies? The stars are literal or figuratively. We'll come back to that in another lesson. 13:1. Then I saw a beast with 10 horns and 7 heads rising out of the sea. There were 10 royal crowns on its horns and blasphemous names on his head. Blasphemous names. What kind of blasphemous names were on his head? Well, Jesus, Jehovah, all these different names, Yahweh, Jehovah. They're just, all these different names are blasphemous because the Lord plainly says you are to have no other gods beside me. You're not to place any names beside me. Here's always a strong parable for everybody to know. Pay close attention to everything I have said to you. You must not invoke the names of other gods. Plural, this is 430, Elohim. Why is gods, Elohim, plural, on lowercase and then the same? Because this is the same. Look, these gods, this is what you need to understand, are secret destroyers.
Secret destroyers. Secret destroyers. Secret destroyers.
Here back at the rider on the white horse, which I just proven to you, the white rider on the white horse is Jesus, and the horse that he rides in on is the hippocampus, okay? And he has a name written on his robe and on his thigh, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. A name written on his thigh. That is wishy-washy. If something is written on somebody, And his name was written. Hold on, the Lord I just showed you, 23:13 of Exodus, says you shall not invoke the name of other gods. Contradiction. Was written on the robe and on his thigh. So if something is written, how do you suppose it was written? Was it a tattoo? Was it ink? Did they have tattoos? Did they have the ability to tattoo people back then? How is this written on there? On his thigh, on his buttocks, on his rear end. King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Okay? Maybe King of Kings on this plane of existence and Lord of Lords on this plane of existence, but the supreme, existing, eternal creator? No. This is a controller, as you can clearly see. Lord from Kuros, supreme and authority on this plane of existence, not the supreme and authority who sits at his throne alone. This one here is a controller, by implications, a master. This is also the same thing. Kuros, supreme and authority, a controller, by implications, a master. This is what Jesus wants to be. He wants to be Lord of Lords. Let us rejoice and be glad and give him the glory. Who? The glory? The Creator? For the marriage of the Lamb has come, and his bride has made herself ready. His bride. Forgive me for saying, but for a man to be a bride, kind of sounds gay to me. Men ain't brides, folks. Okay? Men are grooms. So why would you guys want to be the bride of Jesus? That makes no sense. Huh? Explain that one to me. So you want to be a bride to a man, huh? 12:1, and a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun worship, with the moon under her feet, moon worship, and a crown of 12 stars, the 12 disciples, because that's what walks with Jesus, right? And stars, what are they? I told you, they're luminaries. They're astronomy. A star, literally or figuratively. What's literally? Literally, a star are those that the Lord, the self-existing eternal creator, placed in the firmament. Figuratively are porn stars, generals who wear stars, political stars, Hollywood stars, rock stars, Jesus Christ superstars, and all of you star worshipers. 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant and crying out in pain and agony of giving birth. Who's she giving birth to? The star God, Jesus Christ superstar. This is not the same God as Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus of Nazareth and Jesus Christ superstar are two different gods. Well, there's only one God. Jesus Christ crucified is the one that you painted in the likeness of your image. Right here, Maccabees 3:48. And they laid open the book of the law, which is the Torah, the 5 books of Moses, in which the Gentile, that's you, the United Nations, the Gentile nations, searched for the likeness of their idols. Over here, and they laid open the book of the law to inquire into those matters about which the Gentile consulted in the likeness of their gods. Gods, plural. The Lord says that he's one God, so why are Christians worshiping multiple gods when the Creator says that he's one God and one God alone? I think it's time that everybody starts waking up from this delusional state of mind that you're all sleeping in and understand that there are 2 creation stories. One of those man was created on the 6th day of creation. Here I'd like to do a few calculations for you. It's said in the Bible, or it's said that the curvature to the earth is 8 inches per mile squared. Did you know that the Earth is 66.6 feet of curvature to 100 miles. How do we get there? You go 10 times 10 because we got to square the miles, right? And then you got to multiply 12 inches because the Earth is 8 inches per mile squared. Excuse me, I meant 8 inches. Give me 1 second. So what I meant was 8 inches, which equals 800 inches. And then we have to divide that 800 inches by 12 inches to get your footage, which is 66.66 feet of curvature to 10 miles. And it's 6,666.66666666 to 100 miles. 666 has everything to do with these. Okay, look, let me check it out. Let me show you something. Back it up one parable here. We're going to come up with 25. God made the mankind of the earth according to their kinds. God made mankind. Beast or mankind created on the sixth day. Beast or mankind. Say that to yourself a few times. Beast or mankind created on the sixth day. This is why the parable reads. Let me read the whole thing for you so I can clear it up for you Christians so you understand what's really being said here. God made the beasts of the earth, each according to their kinds. God created the United Nations, each according to their kinds. The livestock according to their kinds. You see, Satan grafted himself right here in the Bible by calling you guys beast and then trying to line the beast up with livestock. Now you're thinking in your head that beast and livestock are all a bunch of animals. No, Satan wrote himself in by calling himself a beast and tricked you into thinking that beasts are part of the livestock according to their kind. Not true. And everything that crawls upon the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us. Now, Christians always love to say, it's saying, let us, let us. Well, make man in our image. But the problem here is when you drop all the way down, what does it say then? So God created man. It doesn't say anything about a Trinity. It doesn't say, if it's a Trinity here, then why doesn't it say then the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit created a man in his own image? It doesn't say that, does it? Let us make man in our image after our likeness to rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, the livestock, and over all the earth itself and every creature that moves upon it. I'm popping down here to 27 now. So God, okay, now it's no longer let us. It's no longer let us. So God created man in his own image. And in the image of God, he created him. One man. He created one man here. A mano is what he created here. He didn't create a man and woman. It didn't say, so God created a man and woman. He created them, male and female. God created him. One man, God created a man, a male and a female. A male and a female. He created them. And then when it says he created them, it's popping right back up here to Genesis 1:25. This is them. God made the beast of the earth. So God created this man in Genesis 1:26. This is the firstborn over all creation. This is the firstborn Adam over all creation. 15:45 Corinthians. See, so it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living being, which is alive, because the first man, Adam, is created in an image. Let's show you. An image is a phantom, okay? And a phantom's noun is a ghost, and a ghost's definition is a devil or a demon or a vampire or, or Jesus. Jesus is the one that's created in an image, folks. Yeah. Jesus is the one that's created in an image of God. Jesus is the one, the firstborn over all creation. John chapter 1, verse 2, Bible Hub. Right here. This is what Jesus is claiming. He was with God in the beginning. Who was with God in the beginning? Well, no one was with God in the beginning. Clearly, God says that there are no gods beside him. There were no gods before him. There are no gods beside him. There'll be no gods after him. And he plans on destroying all the other gods. That's us that consider ourselves gods, the sons of gods, the heroes, the mighty men, all these men of renown, giants, Nephilim, whatever name you want to call them. They're all dirty parasites. They're vile creatures. So when it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, first off, you got to understand that this God here that they're talking about is a magistrate. It's not even a spirit, man. It's a divinity. It's a deity God. It's somebody who calls himself God. Who considers themselves gods? Right here. These are your deity gods, okay? Any man that kneels down before another man is a fucking idiot. You get that? You're a fucking weak little parasite. Why don't you go ahead and give him a fucking blowjob through his little glory hole robe right there while you're at it, you little faggot fucking priest. You little bitch. That's what you guys are. Look, you don't think that that's a sign of evil right there, man? That is a devil suit, man. That's why they wear red like that and their little fucking fish hats, little queers. These are people that consider themselves deity gods. These people here consider themselves deity gods. They all think that they're gods. They're all evil pieces of shit, all doing the right thing. The Catholic Church is the most perverse religion other than Christianity. Christianity is the worst. Look at this thing, man. Are you kidding me? Look at that. I bet you he wears this uniform here so he can sneak up on a fucking sheep. That's why he wears that motherfucker. Bah! Little popey boy. Bah! You like the sheep, huh? Where the men are men. Where this guy's a man. He's a queer man is what he is. And the sheep are scared. That's why he wears this little faggot fucking white thing. And look at this, folks. What do you think that is? Huh? Not a great picture, huh? That right there across his fucking uniform. His stinky little fucking uniform. Guess is, here you go. Better one. There you go. You see what that is on the face of this thing? That's a man laying in a tomb with his arms crossed. That's a double X right there. The cross itself is an X. The man laying on the cross here has got his arms folded as an X. That's double X, XX 2424. That's the number of Jesus, by the way. XX. Okay? I roll with this stuff because I don't know anything. I don't know a thing. I just pray to the Lord and I say, Lord, please, Spirit, Creator, will you put your Spirit upon me so that I can share the truth about this demon right here, this devil, all right? You people in the Catholic Church that give praise and worship to this parasite. No, not me, man. Let me, if the Creator gives me power over this enemy of mine, because this is my enemy, you understand? He is my enemy. If the Lord gives me power over this enemy who carries his little weak parasitic freaking idol, because they can't carry themselves. Over here, the New Living Translation, both the idols and their owners are bowed down. The gods cannot protect the people, and the people cannot protect the gods. They go off into captivity together. They stoop, they bow down together. They could never deliver the burden, but themselves are gone into captivity. What does it mean when you've gone into captivity? Your mind has been taken captive because you worship idols. That's why you've went into captivity, folks. Here you go. This is what the Lord says. Israel's King and Redeemer, the Lord of heaven's armies. I am the first and the last. There is no other God who is like me. Who? There is no other God who is like me. Let him step forward and prove to you his power. Let him do as I have done since ancient times, when I established a people and explained its future. Do not tremble. Do not be afraid. Did I not proclaim my purpose for you long ago? You are my witnesses. Is there any other God? No. What was that? No. One more time. No. There is no other rock. Not one. Very plain, very simple. Continuing from 9. How foolish are those who manufacture idols. The idols cannot save themselves. They are captured and carried away. This is the end for Babylon's gods. Here, Isaiah 45:20, assemble yourselves and come draw near together, you survivors of the nations. They have no knowledge who carry about their wooden idols and keep on praying to a God that cannot save. Who's saying that? What God is it that can't save, folks? If you have one, the Creator, the self-existing eternal one. You have this Creator here who's saying, I form the light, which is illumination, which is intelligence, and I created the darkness. He created evil. He created evil, folks. Right there. This place we live on is hell, and it is death, ignorance, sorrow, and wickedness. People that say that evil doesn't exist, they are the most evil fucks on the face of the earth. I'd like to slice their fucking throats from ear to fucking ear to hear some stupid fucking maggot tell me that there is no such thing as evil. Well, there it is, right fucking there in the Bible, numbnuts. Light, which is illumination, or a luminary. This parable here is illumination, which means enlightenment. And enlightenment means to enlighten the mind. It means to be filled with intelligence and created darkness. I bring prosperity, riches, wealth, spiritual wealth. None of this has to deal with gold. You see? Do you see anything that says I bring prosperity that has to say with gold, wealth, silver, money? No, it's all about well, happy, friendly. I bring these things, health, prosperity, and peace. That's what prosperity means, not riches and create calamity, hell upon you when you walk contrary to the Creator. I, the Lord. Do you see a God next to this Lord that says that He is the self-existing, eternal Creator? No, you don't, okay? This is the Lord, the single one. This is the one that's given the commandments. This is the one that uses God, spelled backwards, who's a dog. Yes, this one uses men, mankind. He created mankind evil, and this Lord, the supreme Lord of hosts, this is the Creator. He uses mankind's flesh, the host, to correct our souls. This is a spiritual battle that's taking place between us, folks. It has nothing to do with flesh and blood. Ephesians 6:12. I think it's time for everybody to wake up. White Raptor News Ministries has a great deal of wealth and understanding of the calamity that's taking place in the language of English. Okay, it is a devil speak language. You say one thing, it means another thing. Sincere means to be earnest. Sincere means to be honest and truthful and upright. I'm being sincere. But the very word sincere has the word sin in it and sear. Yes, it's C-E-R-E, but really, sear also means to burn. It means to scorch, is what sincere means. It means that if you remain in sin, you will sear. You will burn. Time to wake up, folks. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Blessings to you, the children that serve one God. All of us that serve one Lord, one Savior, the Creator of heaven and earth, the Almighty One. Doesn't matter what the stories tell us, folks, in the Bible. What matters is we serve God, and how we get that message across to people to turn them back to the Creator shouldn't matter one who or another, man. We're all trying to bring clarity, understanding, truth, wisdom, to the eyes of those who have scales very thick upon them. Again, much love to the children of Israel. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Shalom.